Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bible study. Hope you're having a great day today. And today we'll continue our study of why the cross, and we'll be in part 4 of a 5-part series. And today we're going to be talking about the cross as love displayed, the ultimate measure. And, before we get started, I want to say this that Jesus died for all of us, even for those who don't believe in God now. He still died for them. And I think what I want to do is, first of all, display the truth that I hope to get across to you today. And that is that God did not wait for us to get our act together. He proved his great love by sending Christ to die for us while we were still sinners. So let's take a look at a couple of verses that I've picked out. And this one you may know well, it's one of my favorites. This is Romans 5, verse 8, and I'll read it here. You can follow along with me. It says, "But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." So what is Paul trying to say here? First, listen, let me add a little context to this in 6 and 7, if you'll go back and read that one. And Paul notes that the human might occasionally die for a uniquely good or righteous person, but Jesus did the opposite, dying for the guilty and the hostile. And I think that's an important part that you can go back and study on your own. But in Romans 5 8, this is a demonstrated action. God's love is not just a feeling or a spoken word, it is a proven, historically physical event through the crucifixion of Jesus. And the timing is important here. While we were still sinners, human love is often based on merit, reciprocity, and being good. Divine love moves toward an ungodly and an undeserving before any change occurs. And there's always the substitutionary sacrifice. Christ died for us, meaning that he took the penalty and punishment that humans deserve, stepping into our place and reconciliation. And I think about that in the context of, here it is 2,000 years later, and I know that Christ died for me even back then. So let's take a look at another verse. This passage here is going to be in 1 John 4 9 and 10. 1 John is one of my favorite books in the whole Bible. This one says, "This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. This is love, not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as an atoning sacrifice for our sins." So what is John saying here? I think this shows that God started love. That real love is defined by God reaching out to us first, not by humans loving God first. And the gift of Jesus, God sent his only Son into the world so that we could have spiritual life through him. And there's always the sacrifice for sin that we have to think about, that Jesus acted as a propitiation. And you guys might hear that word often when describing the atoning sacrifice, meaning that he took the penalty for human wrongs to make peace between God and people. And like we talked about yesterday. So let's take a look at a reflection question for today. Human love is often based on performance or how we are treated. God's love at the cross is one sided and unconditional. And here's the question for today: how does seeing God's love here change how you view your own worth? Think about that, and think about it in the context of those who do not know God. Like I said in the beginning, they don't know their own worth. They don't know why they're here. They have no structural meaning of why they're even on earth, and that's why they're so lost. And before I go, I want to talk about something that someone made a comment yesterday in one of my videos, and this is concerning the cross or the crucifix. I kind of feel offended by the crucifix. I don't like the crucifix. I don't display the crucifix. If you go through my house, everything is a cross. I wear a cross around my neck. I've got cross rings. My wife wears a cross. because the crucifix says that Jesus is still on the cross, and we know the opposite, that the cross is empty, that Jesus died on the cross, but that he was resurrected. And that is an important part of our faith, to know that Jesus is not on the cross, that he is resurrected, and that we live our life with him. Everyone have a great day, and we'll look forward to part 5 tomorrow.